Sorry, I had to cut that video short. The phone was ringing. So let's look. It says, how many equal parts are there? 1, 2. There's 2 equal parts. This is cut into 2 equal parts. Now, what is that called again when I have a shape cut into 2 equal parts? Each piece is called a half. So if I have more than that, it would be halves. Okay, let's look at this one. This has been cut into 3 equal parts. So 3 and 3 equal parts. Each part is called a third, so more than one would make it thirds. This one's cut into 4 equal parts. So each piece would be called a fourth. So since there's more than one, we would say that it's cut into fourths. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to write as a fraction what each piece would be. So let's say that if I ate that, how much did I eat? I ate 1/2. I ate 1/2. Come over here. I ate this piece. So how many thirds did I eat? I ate 1. I ate 1/3 of that shape. All right, look at this pie. Let's say if I eat a piece of that pie, how much of the pie did I eat? I ate 1/4 of that pie. Okay, so it's going to be the same thing for numbers 4 to 6, 7 to 12. Here it says draw to show halves. Explain how you know that the parts are halves. So remember what a half is. Remember what's really, really, really important when you're drawing and you're cutting. Remember what I showed you in the pizza example? What did those pieces have to be? Kind of think about that to help you answer this question. And it's hard to draw something perfectly, but if you want to draw a perfectly straight line, I would use a ruler. But as long as it's close, as long as you cut this in half, either way is fine. Just make sure that your pieces are equal when you're done. Okay, over here, this is just some little task. It says draw an X on shapes that do not show equal parts. So I see one right here. Is this square cut into 4 equal parts? No, because this part is definitely smaller than these, so I would put an X over that. So just go through and read those. And here it says draw lines to show fourths 3 different ways. So one of the ways that I can cut this rectangle into 4 equal pieces could be to cut it vertically. So you may have to erase and try this a couple of times to get it right, and that's okay if you do. So let's do 1, 2, 3, and then I have my cut right there. Now I know that this piece is bigger than those, so like I said, you may have to go back and erase a couple of times, but you get the idea. As long as I understand what you're trying to do, I know that it's hard to draw a perfect way to cut these. So just do the best you can. But if I were to see this, yeah, that's not going to work. So as long as it's nothing like that, if it's obvious that you know how it needs to be cut, then I'm okay if it's not perfect. So another way we could do it is I could cut in half first, this way, and then that way. I know it's not perfect, but those are pretty close. And another way I could do it here is make that cut and make that cut. And yes, those are the same, so that's another way it works. And so again, explain how you know that the parts are fourths. Are the parts the same size? Are they equal? Then you'll know that they are fourths. If you have 4 equal pieces, you know that they're fourths. All right, so here's some extra. Right here, it's wanting you to do what we just finished up doing. You can draw to show equal parts as a whole. Here it shows you how to draw halves, thirds, fourths. And in here, it's going to ask you to do the same thing on these shapes. So halves, how many equal pieces is that? If I cut something into halves, you'd have to cut it into 2 equal pieces. You can do it like that. You can do it like that, or vertically or horizontally straight, as long as when you're done, you have the correct amount of pieces and your pieces are equal, you're fine. Fourths, how many pieces do I cut it into? How many equal parts? 4. What about halves? 2. Fourths, 4. Thirds, 3. And you're doing that all the way to here. Here you have some word problems. It says, Colton and 3 friends want to share a pizza equally. Draw to show how the pizza should be divided. So it says Colton and 3 friends. How many pieces would I need to do? 4, because Colton is 1. 3 more friends would make 4, because 1 plus 3 is 4. So think about how can you cut this pizza to show 4 equal shapes. Sorry, 4 equal parts. And then here, there are 2 square pizzas. Each pizza is cut into fourths. How many pieces of pizza are there? So this is just reading very carefully, one step at a time, visualizing and drawing. So I really think that you guys will do really well with this. I always look forward to teaching fractions every year because there was a fun lesson that we would get to do where I would give you fudge rounds and cosmic brownies, and you would have to try to find ways to cut them into equal pieces and then draw them on a sheet of paper. And then when we were done, we got to eat them. So this is usually something that kids catch on pretty quickly to. So hopefully this will make sense. But if it doesn't, that's okay. You can let me know, and I'll make a video to help as soon as I can.